In this video, we are going to tour the front desk window. As you can see here, the front desk is shared in EMR Datacenter and MyEMR. The main difference is the SOAP and other icons across the top in MyEMR. When you launch either program, they both come up in the front desk window, where you'll see scheduled patients on the left and signed in patients on the right. We'll use the EMR Datacenter. While MyEMR is exactly the same, it is recommended you only use EMR Datacenter to sign patients in and check them out. In the upper portion are the lookup fields used to find patients by name, number, or status. To the right of the status box is the new patient icon. Click this icon to add a new patient to the database. The front desk also shows the number of provider visits processed and the number of walk-ins processed for the day. To look up or find a patient, use the name box by typing in part of their last name, such as SMI, and pressing enter. You will see a list of patients whose last name begin with SMI. You may shorten the lookup list by typing in part of their last name, the slash, and part of their first name. For example, SMI/T to find any patients whose last name begins with SMI and first name begins with the letter T. Additionally, you can see a list of all patients by typing the % key and pressing enter. The number field allows you to look up a patient by a type. The default type lookup is the chart number. You can also look up patients by other numbers by clicking the drop-down and choosing from additional chart, mobile phone, home phone, SSN, DOB, type, and X-ray. Choose the appropriate type, then enter the number in the number field and press enter. You may also filter your lookup by different statuses of the patient, such as active, inactive, PRN, new patient, dismissed, deceased, and delete. Drop down the status field and choose the appropriate status, then either type part of the last name in the name field or use the % sign to see all patients with that status. When you do a lookup, the lower section of either program switches to the Find Patients tab. Once you've found the patient you're looking for, double-click on their name to open the patient. They will be up on top as the active patient. On the upper left, you will see such information as their next scheduled appointment, their preferred language, and their phone numbers. On the right, you will see payment and balance information, their last visit, and insurance and copay information. Additionally, if it's within 14 days before or after their birthday, you will see a message with their age and how many days before or after their birthday. Once you have a patient open, use the icons on the left to access windows and features for that open patient. Additionally, in MyEMR, use the SOAP and other buttons across the top to enter the findings and generate notes and narratives. The lower section of the front desk has two tabs. The first tab is the Scheduled Patients tab that shows the patients that are scheduled on the left and the patients that are signed in on the right. As mentioned earlier, the Find Patients tab shows the patient lookup results from the upper portion. EMR Datacenter and MyEMR automatically switch to the Find Patient tab when you do a lookup. However, anytime you want to see your last lookup, you can click the Find Patients tab. Below those tabs are several icons, boxes, and drop-down lists. Going from left to right, the icon with two curved arrows is the refresh icon for the scheduled side. Click the refresh button to get the most current view of the scheduled patients. The next drop-down defaults to all day. This is how far ahead the scheduled patient side looks at the schedule. Drop the box down and choose any number of options, such as 15 minutes, 30 minutes, etc. This is handy if you've got a very busy schedule and you don't want too many people on the scheduled side. Next is the Previous Days checkbox. If checked, the patients scheduled on days prior to today that have not been signed in will be visible. Uncheck the box to suppress the previous days. The next drop-down box is for providers. It defaults to all, but you can drop it down and filter the scheduled patients for the specific provider. Click the button to the right of providers to set the box to all providers. To the right of this is the Suppress Appointment Resolution pop-up checkbox. This suppresses the pop-up alerts from when you resolve an appointment. Now we are on the right side. Like the left side, the check-in side has a provider drop-down, the button to choose all providers, and a refresh icon for the checked-in side. If you have multiple people checking in and checking out, it's good to click the refresh to make sure that everybody has the most current view. Next, on the left, we see the schedule patients. These are patients that are on the appointment schedule and are waiting to be signed in when they arrive. From here, right-click on their name and choose from Sign In, open the patient, view the log, see their appointment history, or refresh the list. Sign In moves the patient from the left side to the right side. Open Patient opens their file without signing them in. View Log is used to resolve a missed appointment. The appointment history launches a report with the patient's appointment history. This report shows all prior and future appointments. You may view the report or print it. Now let's look at the right side of the split screen. Here you will see the patients that have been signed in waiting to be checked out. To start the checkout process, right-click on the patient's name and choose Checkout. Optionally, when you right-click on the patient, you can remove them from sign-in, which moves them from the right to the left, open the patient without checking them out, or view the appointment history as already described. When you choose Checkout, you begin the checkout process. You may have up to 3 patients open at the same time. This is useful if you are working in a patient and another patient calls in with a question. When you open a patient's chart, they are the active patient across the top, as mentioned earlier. If you open a second or third patient's chart, they will become the active patient, and the previous patient will be parked below the active patient. You may toggle between patients by double-clicking on the patient you want active. The patient must be the active patient in order to close their account. Click the Close icon or double-click the heads to close the active patient. This completes our tour of the front desk window in EMR Datacenter and MyEMR. View other videos on our channel for specific videos and features. Please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to be alerted when new videos are posted. Thank you for watching.